Good morning, guys. Zioku here. Going to go over a Pollux Awakener review. Um, Pollux is an ultra DPS unit. These are his personal wheels. This is the SSR wheel and the SR wheel. The SSR wheel is quite useful on him. Sacred Bleeding Harp. This is his personal posse. Draw one card, reduce its rhythmic cost by 1. If a command card is drawn, its owner gains 25% crit damage. If Pollux is in the team, gain 5 stacks of Sinmark. It is pretty good, but a lot of times not necessarily used on Pollux comps himself. We're going to go over Pollux as an Awakener. That will be kind of the first part of the video. In the second part, then we're going to do a full stage, and so you can see him in action. Pollux's stats, he obviously, since he's an Assault Damage Awakener, his attack stat is the highest of his 3 stats. On par with all the other Awakeners, it's a little bit above average. His strikes and defense are pretty standard at base, but they do benefit from his talent, which we'll go over in a little bit later, which significantly increases these numbers here. His rouse, when Pollux rouse card is played, and after the discard phase, you gain 3 stacks of sin marks. For each card retained in hand, gain 1 more stack of sin mark. The retained cards don't have to be Pollux's retained cards. Soul Searing. Deal 140 damage to all enemies, so it's AoE, and draw 2 command cards with the lowest Arithmetica cost. Things to note with this particular card is if you have 0 cards in deck, it won't draw from your discard pile. A lot of other draw cards, like Kathigu Ra's card that draws her command cards, it can take from the discard pile if your draw pile is empty. This one, since it's looking for the lowest cost, if the lowest cost is nothing, there's no cards, it won't draw. That's what it's drawing. Cleansing Judgment. Deal X amount of damage 2 times. Arithmetic. So this part, Arithmetica cost -1 for every Sacred Heart played. That is one of his Enlighten effects. This card is automatically put in your hand when entering Ultra Round. His Exalt. Deal 525 damage to all enemies. Your next Pollux command card this turn gains Atonement by Pain. That is his talent, which we'll go over in a second. And then you put 1 Sacred Heart into your hand. His talent and the Sacred Hearts are sort of the bread and butter of his kit, and we haven't even gone over them yet. Sacred Heart, you deal X damage and gain 3 stacks of Sin Mark. After playing, shuffle this card on top of the draw pile. So you play it, it goes on top of your deck. The next time you play it, it'll go back on top of your deck. On the third play, you exhaust the card and make your next command card benefit from Atonement by Pain effect, and the next card also double plays. This double play effect is also part of another Enlighten, which we'll go over in a second. So that is his card kit. Then we'll go over his Enlightens. I personally do feel Pollux shines at Overexalt. Overexalt is E3 plus 4 more. That is a lot of investment for a unit. But when you do invest in that much in this particular unit, you do get a good deal of value out of that Overexalt investment. If you're a free-to-play player, probably not the best investment. There are other good low-cost units. Kathigu Ra, E3, able to clear A5. G-Hellet, E3, able to clear A5. Pollux, E3, can probably do up to A4 comfortably. Some A5s, maybe, but he really shines at Overexalt. His first Enlighten, Light Bearer's Herald. At the start of the battle, put one Sacred Heart into your hand. Without this Enlighten, the only way to get Sacred Hearts is by Exalting. In my opinion, if you don't have them at least E2, most likely E3, I don't suggest using Pollux at all. So at E0 and E1, probably not worth it. Flame of Salvation. For each card in hand, strike and defense generates +1 alias. So if you have 12 cards in hand, when you play your strike, it's getting an extra 11 alias. Because you're playing it, so it's out of your hand. For each Sacred Heart played, the arithmetic cost of the next Cleansing Judgment is reduced by 1. So that effect is extremely important to reduce that cost, to be able to play those Cleansing Judgments with the arithmetic limit that you have in your hand, that you start with. Divine Revelation. When exhausted, at its third use, Sacred Heart causes Pollux's next command card to take effect 1 additional time. So this is what I was telling you. The Enlighten makes the next card double. It's very, very good effect. It's not needed, air quotes, to play him optimally, but it enhances him significantly. And then his Overexalt. You get crit rate and damage amp for every extra copy after these 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you'd get additional crit rate and damage amp. Overexalt. In this turn, all Pollux command cards gain 50% Atonement by Pain. We haven't gone over his talent, so you don't know what Atonement by Pain is, but that is a huge effect. It makes every single card that you play after you Overexalt 50% better, basically. Now we're going to go to his talent, Atonement by Pain. The first command card Pollux plays in this turn deals 200% damage of his attack, generates shield plus 50% of his defense, and plus 10 alias. You only get these bonuses if the card already does that thing. So defense is not going to deal 200% damage of his attack. It's just going to generate the shield and get 10 alias. Strikes are not going to do the shield bonus because they don't generate shields. So you get the bonus that the card is already doing. After the battle, Pollux's base damage and the Atonement by Pain damage effects are increased by 20% in Exploration, and the Atonement by Pain damage effect is doubled in boss battles. So he is definitely better for longer stages with more fights, because that talent of his is just going to keep going up and up and up. Madness Omen, this is the same as everybody. You get extra alias at the start. It's particularly good for Pollux because you want to Overexalt with him as soon as possible, and this just allows him to start that earlier. His Soul Forge aptitude here. The base damage of Atonement by Pain is increased by 150% of Pollux's attack, so his talent there even further increases the damage. For every 50 stacks of Sin Mark, add 1 Sacred Heart to your hand. So once you hit 50, 100, 150, etc., you get a free Sacred Heart to your hand. When Sin Mark reaches 100 stacks, pull 1 Pollux skill card after Sacred Heart is exhausted at third play. So when Sacred Heart, you use it for your third time, it has that glowing border. You get 1 of Pollux skill cards randomly. Once you reach 100 stacks, that happens every single time. So it's not this, he doesn't get this effect at 100, 200, 300. No, he gets it once he reaches 100, 103, 106, 109. He's getting that extra effect. When dealing damage, the effect of Sin Mark is doubled against the enemies of Church of the Lightbearers. I'm not 100% sure what enemies qualify as that, but it doesn't particularly matter. He deals enough damage to normal enemies. So that is his kit. Let's go over a couple of standard teams. This is kind of his bog standard team. Pollux plus Caster plus Clem plus Horla. Caster works really well with Pollux. He gets good shields, and he helps Pollux manage his juggling. Play a Sacred Heart, goes to the top of your deck. Play an Onyx Plume to draw the top card of your deck. Now you can play that Sacred Heart again. It goes back to the top of your deck. Play an Onyx Plume, draw that Sacred Heart again. You use it for the third and final time, and your next card has that extra bonus effect. So those two pair really well together. Caster also helps a bit on sustain and shields. Clem is just a great ultra support. She gives Key Flare, damage reduction, damage amp, healing, strength down. The strength that she gains with her Quasar doesn't really matter to Pollux because most of his damage is coming from his talent, and that's not affected by strength. So you can ignore her leaps instead and use Caster leaps to get more plumes. So it's kind of nice that her Quasar doesn't matter at all, since Pollux doesn't really scale with strength. Horla, just a fantastic unit. Changes the stance whenever you need it. You want that vulnerable on the burst turn, and you also want to change stance on your burst turn, and she allows you to just hit those massive numbers. I like the Lone Seed in this comp to duplicate his 3 cost. It gives you a little bit of extra Alien Mist. You can have 2, 3 of those 3 cost on your burst turn, and this facilitates it pretty well. So this is his standard comp. This one is becoming more popular, but it's less standard. And this one doesn't use Caster. It does use Thighs, one of the best supports, if not the best support in the game, and Aegis, one of the best standard supports, if not the best standard supports in the game. Definitely the best welfare support in the game, as well as that Horla again. We're not using the Lone Seed here. We're using Reunion's Wish. This is Ramona's grab from the discard posse. But a lot of posses can work in replace of this. You can use this one, Midsummer Vision, draw the top card. You get Aliamus. The top card's going to be Pollux's card. So, yeah, that's great. This one, search your draw pile for 1 card and reduces cost by 1. You can just pick the Sacred Heart that's on the top of the deck, reduce it by 1. But this also just gives you more flexibility. So this already reduces it to 0. This one lets you pick out, maybe you need a different card. Festival of Tides, great for Pollux. When you overexalt, you get 2 Sacred Hearts. You can play both of those Sacred Hearts, stack them on top, then use this to draw both of them. And you get 2 Arithmetica, so it's kind of sort of making it 0 cost. His personal is also pretty good here. But I have been liking the flexibility of Reunion's Wish. Lens in the discard got me on this. You can really utilize this in a lot of fun ways. So that's sort of his kit and some of recommended comps. We're going to go through a Arc 2 hard stage. I've seen Pollux clear this boss, but it takes forever just to get to the boss, and the boss fight takes a long time. There's a lot of clicking. But if you just wanted the basic overview of Pollux, you don't want to watch the gameplay, you can stop right here. That is Pollux in a nutshell. But now I'm going to go into a stage, and we can see how you play Pollux. I know the first few stages can be the hardest. Honestly, the first stage, surviving and recouping and whatnot, is probably the hardest. And so we'll go over that difficulty there. These wheels, I would say, are relatively standard. Everybody tells you to get plus 12 Blade of the Titan. By the time you're here at Arc 2 hard, you will definitely have a plus 12 Blade of the Titan. A lot of people also recommend this second, although it's not it's kind of falling out of favor for the second plus 12. If you don't have this, just give her another either Key Flare or Alienist wheel. It can be an SR1 just fine. I am not going to give Pollux any of these Abyss Echoes, just because I don't want people to be like, well, Pollux did so great because you gave him the gimmick. Would it be smart to give Pollux these gimmicks? Yes, but it also works here with both of these units as well. And it's pretty strong on both Aegis and Thighs. So as you can see, since I haven't played any Pollux card, his defense is giving that extra shielding and extra Alienist. I don't necessarily want to use that first. I don't know if there's a stance I want to be in. I might actually go into Happiness. I would prefer Grief, but I don't have a choice here. So I think I'm going to go into Happiness so I get even more Alienist when I play this. We're going to see what I can fish here. You want to hold on to your insights for your burst turns, especially with this comp, because you don't have a way to draw the Sacred Hearts off the top of your deck. So you just want to hold on to that. It would be great if I had a weakness, you know, Thighs weakness, Horla's weakness. Horla has the card that starts off with one of her command cards that was on one of her wheels. But she didn't get the weakness one. If you're struggling on the first stage, you could just keep resetting until you get weakness here to make a big difference. But being in Caro, you get the healing. So as you'll see, I'll be just fine. I could do this to reduce almost 75 damage here, a little over 75 damage. But I think I'm going to be fine. I want to start building people up. Ooh, and I do want to get this and hold it. This is a pretty good spot to be. I am going to decomp. That way I get that extra. Oh, and I got this too. This is going to be very clean, I think. We're going to do this. I'm going to give this to Aegis. I don't want him to be too full. But I am going to, like, supercharge him. I need to be careful of my card count here. And I also want to heal this bleed. We'll get rid of that. Now we can give him some more Alienist. We will grab this. So with this yellow border, the next command card I play is going to be doubled and have the Atonement by Pain effect. It already has 50% Atonement by Pain because of my Overexalt. But now I will do even more damage here. And what I can do here, I want to kill this guy. I can now grab this Cleansing Judgment from my discard. And I'll play it for 0 by doing 1, 2. I don't know the best. I don't think I can play it for 0. If I draw 1, I'll get 2. I'm just going to use it now. And I'm in a good spot. I'll take a little bit of damage, but again, throughout the course of the rest of the stages and being set up, I will be perfectly fine. I did forget that I am still in happiness stance, and I would want to be in grief stance here shortly, so these cards aren't clogging up my hand. I'm going to play this. And then I'm going to try to kill here if I can. So we're going to Sacred Heart. Grab this cleansing. So this cleansing is... Ooh, I should use this. Is at 2, and I want it to be at 0. If I play this, it will only be at 1. And then my next card is doubled, and I'll have to play it for an extra cost. So you play just this one that's not ready, reduce it by 1. Play this one, now it is ready. I was really hoping I was going to kill here. I am going to... I think I'm going to stun him, just so I don't take this damage. I do have just a random 214 sacrifice, though. So I either stun him here, yeah, or kill. He doesn't have vulnerable, so I can't kill him. So I'm just going to give him vulnerable for next turn. I'll stun. Ideally, I would get something that gives me some shieldage here. But I don't have anything. And now we can go for the kill attempt here. I really want that. I want to get out of happiness stance for before the next fight. So I'm going to try to double this. Perfect. We will defense here. How much damage are we taking? 77. Let's just grab this. Do another defense. Defense. And now this is perfect. I can get out of joy stance. I want to be in grief, so my shields are going to be bigger at the start of the next fight. I'm going to heal, because why not? I was checking to make sure I didn't have a small wish in my discard pile. And we're going to Cleansing Judgment here. Put weakness on. And we're going to try and get this kill here. We want to get her up a little bit. Perfect. So now our Key Flare and our Enlightenments are ready to... oh, that's not bad. That's really not bad. Our Enlightenments and Key Flare is ready to overexalt and rouse this battle here. I'm also in Grief stance, which is great. using this is free, and I stay in Grief Stance. I want to use this, but I want to use 2 Sacred Hearts first. So this draws 2 Sacred Hearts. So I am going to Overexalt. Play 2 Sacred Hearts. 1, 2. And it killed, unfortunately. I might have to redo that turn if I can't get a Vuln application. It killed the first one, which had the vulnerable on it, and the one that it spawned didn't have vulnerable. But now I can go ahead and do this. I get both of those Sacred Hearts back. I'm just going to use 1. Draw. Use 1. I think I'm going to double this. I might stun here. Yeah. I'm going to stun here. Just so I can build up a little bit for my next turn. I want to... This is a good spot to be in. The sacrifice is a pain in the butt to deal with. And now what we can do is we're going to clone the defense here. We are going to use this. And we're going to try to overexalt him. Use that defense to make sure I don't take any damage here. And now I can kind of be a little bit more loosey-goosey. Let's do this one because it's 2. Use it again. Cleansing. I don't want to kill that guy. I am going to grab this cleansing here, though. He doesn't revive or anything, so I need to be careful with what kind of damage output I'm doing. Let's hope that one of these loops gives me some more Aliamus. Arithmetica is fine. I'll take the shielding. I will defense, small wish, Sacred Heart, Sacred Heart. Oh, very close to killing, but he doesn't die, which is great. Oh, he might die because of the counter? No, he did die. Ideally there you don't kill that last guy, and you keep building up for the next fight. Oh, this is pretty good. Weakness is also, and base damage. But I'm going to keep holding on to my monies. I'm doing okay. My health is fine. Fine. Let's try to reduce some damage here. I'm going to strike first because I want the bonus Aliamus and whatnot. And then I'll Soul Searing here. I wanted this defense, which is... No! I didn't mean to play it. I just wanted to click it. If you do the exact same thing, so if I strike, reduce it, you get the same RNG. And now I can embryo here. overexalt. Big defense. Grab this again. We will use that. I think I want to use this for the weakness, and it'll give me an embryo. That way I can use that, get a little bit more alienness for everybody, have these defenses. I'm going to just heal and have that extra alienness. There was no real reason to do that. Here I was hoping to... That's not bad. I was hoping to get one more alienness so I could play this. But I didn't get that. It's okay. Alright, I think here I want to stun, and ideally I also kill or come very close to killing this guy. I need to OE with him. I'm going to heal because I know I want to heal. I think I do this. Play 1, play 2, decomp, use this. I'm going to use this probably next. I want to get it back. And now I want to look through my Sacred Hearts to see if I have any 2 out of 3s. I've got a couple of 2 out of 3s. So we'll use 1 2 out of 3. Draw it back. We'll use a second 2 out of 3 to reduce this to 1. Now that it's ready, I can use it again. This is now 3 out of 3. I remembered that it was up top. We'll use that. I'm going to be low on alienness. I want to have this ready for next turn. So we're going to do this because I'm about to hit the limit. I want to use this. I know I want to use this, so I'm going to use it now. And I think I'm just going to have to eat the... alienness here. Or Arithmetica, that one Arithmetica loss. Oh, this is such a good spot to be in. I need a Pollux defense. It's in the discard, which I can get to if I could get the key flare. I can also just do this and get it, which is perfectly fine. And I can do it again. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just charging back up I'm preparing for the next fight. This fight's over in my mind. I am just beating them down because next fight I want everybody to be full up. I'm not going to take any damage. My life thing here is increasing. Oh, this is good. That's 2 out of 3. That's also 2 out of 3. Nice. So we're going to go ahead and use that. What's in my discard? I want to kill here, I think. I'm doing pretty good on all my levels. So we're going to draw. We're going to use this. Cleansing. I was hoping it was going to do a little bit more, and I forgot that it has all these stupid spawns. He's not vulnerable at all, unfortunately. I could do this just to make him vulnerable. I feel like I have to OE here. Draw that. I'm going to take a bit of a hit in terms of I'm going to charge up a little bit. Even though my Pollux is not ready. Oh, yes. This is like Pollux's dream here. Because the insights are super good. I'm not going to gamble. Just take the... This isn't bad. And this is ignorable for the most part. I don't need the healing yet. I'm doing perfectly fine. So I'm just going to take the free relic here. Yeah, he doesn't do a ton of damage, especially after a weakness. And I started with defense. Don't accidentally play it. This is going to be great. What we can do here, I don't want to stun. There's no need. I'm going to get Pollux Exalt ready. Oh, and I got that too. And All right. So I have his Overexalt ready. I mean, it's not ready right this second, but it is ready now. And we're going to Overexalt. We're going to use the defense. We might even try to cycle this defense. We'll see. Yeah, I don't want to take any damage. So we'll cycle the defense. It's nice because I'm also getting the... well... Everybody's at max. We're just going to exalt her so she gets a little bit of benefit from the Orson. Just because why not? Ooh, I can pick something to replay. I'll do that. We're going to... I don't think I needed to take one, but this is fine. And now next turn here, hopefully I should kill him. Especially because he does it doing quite a bit of damage. I don't want to switch, but I think I need that extra damage, so I will switch. Two out of three, 0. So we'll play that. I want to... What's in my discard? Ancient Caress? Perfect. This is why the posse that lets me cycle my discard is so useful. I can be like, oh, this card's in my discard. I want to dupe it. And I do it. It's just so good. I need to be careful here, because I don't want to kill the back enemy. how much bleed are you at? 2,000. He won't die even if I kill this guy. I'm going to cleansing here because it's going to be doubled. Yeah, and it's going to do a lot. This... Okay. This is doubled. Oh, perfect. Why am I taking so much? Because some friggin' bleed or something? I'm like, he's not doing that much damage. I could kill him here. I just really don't want to kill him. And I don't want to take this 459 damage either. I think I have to kill him. I am sorry, friend. Oh, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'll prepare for next turn. I think he's still going to die. I don't want to overflow this, so I'm going to use it now. Is there one more? Oh, even betterer. Yeah, I feel like if you read and you're like, oh, how many of these are going to spawn? I could have played that better. But who cares about reading? I'm going to get an insight because I don't have a Pollux card, so I'm going to play this first. I want to kill him here. I'm in a relatively good spot. So I get those insights. This one's at 2. And he's dead. Now all my stuff is charged for next round. I have no idea what this gives. I'm going to listen to the whisper. Oh, that's terrible. That's probably the worst relic because it's absolutely dead. I don't have Pollux defense in my hand, so I think I'm just going to stun here. I am in anger stance already. There's no negative to doing this. I guess the negative is if I used an Aegis card, I would have gotten an insight, but that's not a huge negative. We are going to... No, we're going to get this. I would like to... I would like to devour with thighs here, but there's no possible way I'm getting this 75% embryo fusion. So I'm just going to live with my choice. I don't want to overcap key flare, so I'm just going to do this now because I want to do it at some point. And we're going to get Pollux ready. And let's deal some damage here. Anything in here? I could just do this. Grab it back. I'll get a little bit more embryo fusion. I'm going to grab one of these insights. And I'm pretty Gucci. Hopefully we get defense here. We don't get defense, but we do get this. Does he have weakness on him? He has strength down, but not weakness. So we'll go ahead and put weakness on him. We will embryo fusion this. I'm going to use this, so it's on the top of my deck. So when I do this, I draw it. And then from here, I have a lot of options. What's in my discard pile? Sacred Blood. I might as well grab this. And I will dupe the Sacred Blood. I'm trying to overexalt with... I didn't have the space. I need the hand space. I should have used one more Sacred Hearts. Oh, actually, no. This got reduced. And now we're safe. We're going to build up. I'll have enough Key Flare for the next battle. We'll do another Sacred Heart. We're going to heal and get Aliemus. The heal didn't really matter, but the Aliemus is nice. I'm going to use all this. Get rid of this. I don't want to kill this guy because he's the last one of the fight. So I'm just absolutely avoiding killing him. I think I want to use an Aegis card if I can. And I can't. Draw one card, get this nice juicy defense. I know I said I wanted to do an Aegis. I probably should have used this first. I'm going to try to get enough Key Flare. Oh, come on. I just need a little bit more Key Flare. I wanted to cycle this defense again, because I could play this and then get the defense there. It just doesn't look like that's happening. So we are just going to kill this mofo instead. Boom. 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 This is going to draw... it has to draw Sacred Arts. So we will use that. And now we are in the perfect spot to kill. This will double. This will double. So we got Pollux at OE. We have Key Flare for the final fight. We're good on health. This relic is fine, but I don't want a second one of these in my hand. So I am going to choose the heal, even though I don't need to. I don't need this palm, so we'll get rid of that. And we're going on to the final fight. Let's see if I can get a Pollux image or thighs. If not, then I want to... I'll grab this, and I will upgrade this. Key Flare is always pretty good, and I exalt pretty frequently with this comp. So here you want to Pollux Rouse as soon as possible. I have this space in my hand. Am I already in grief? I am not in grief. I will get into grief. I will overexalt. I will Pollux Rouse. We're trying to get to 100 sin marks as soon as possible. There's nothing in my discard pile that I want. All of these. Wow, I got super lucky here. Boom, boom, boom. All free. could do this for pretty much free. I'm going to get all those sin marks. Heck yeah. Good spot to be in. This Ultra turn is just kind of a prep turn. I'm not going to try to do like big damage or anything with it. If I could get one single draw from anywhere, that would be great. Does not look like that's going to happen. So I am going to dupe this and try to prepare Aegis and Pollux for a big burst turn next turn. I didn't have the hand size for that. Aegis. This defense should get me pretty close. I think I want to be in anger stance next turn, so let's get anger ready. That's a real one. Like, those first 2 turns was just me prepping for my big turn, which is still not here because Aegis is not ready. Come on, Aegis, baby. Perfect. So this is going to be quite a big turn. I don't need the stun. The stun's not important. It's just the overexalt extra 25% damage dealt is what I am excited for. We'll do this so he can overexalt. All of these are ready. So this is going to be just a massive turn. So after overexalt, the next card I play is going to be duplicated and enhanced. Now I want to get that back, so I grab it. It's at 3 right now. Now it's at 2. I'm going to use this one again. It's going to be at 0. Now I can play it again. Huge damage. I'm not even at 100 sin marks yet. What do we want to do here? How much bleed are you have? Oh, he's going to be dead. I'm going to do that. I don't have any in my deck yet, so these are all exactly the same. And oh, I should have healed because I would have been full of health. Boss is dead. Or almost full health. I didn't realize he was going to still summon an enemy, though. This doesn't really matter. I'm going to pull this. It's my first card played this turn, so it should still get a bonus. Ah, 1 away. Literally 1 alien miss away. I was just going to overexalt and kind of clown on him, but I don't need to. Alright, well, that is the fight. Final boss, taken down, 3 turns. It would have been 2 if it didn't spawn the ad, but it still spawned the ad after its death. And the massive amount of damage that Pollux can output just so quickly. I didn't even have Thighs Exalt to copy the cleansing on that burst turn. he didn't need it. So that's kind of just the basics on Pollux. He doesn't scale with anything. Strength doesn't matter. Damage amp doesn't matter. But it's a kind of a good thing that he doesn't need any of those things. Crit does matter. But the fact that he doesn't need strength or damage amp or tentacles to scale, he can do 1 million damage at the start of the fight. Turn 2, kind of like turn 3 with Ultra Turn. But being an Ultra unit, you have to utilize the realm mechanics. I don't get the extra shield and the extra tentacle damage from Blue Realm. I am in Red Realm, so I get the embryos, which are nice, and the healing. But Ultra Turn is an Ultra mechanic, so you have to utilize that to your advantage. To say that Ultra Realms, the turn counts is an extra turn count or whatever is stupid, because you don't say that, oh, Blue Realm, that shielding is blah, blah, blah. That's their ability. Chaos's ability is healing and embryos. Ultra is annihilation and Ultra Turn. That is their benefit. And it's just so strong, as you can see here. And that playstyle works 99% of the stages. If you're going straight to the boss, he's a little bit weaker there, because he doesn't have that ramp up. It takes a little bit longer to get that over Exalt. And then the very, very final boss is just a hard boss of the 410. But the other final bosses, 310, 210, or 212, and 110, he just absolutely demolishes them. Every other boss in the entire game, Pollux sweeps. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I've been Zioku. Have a great holiday. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you have a happy new year. I will be out of town the next week. So the week after that, I will hopefully start recording more if people are interested, and go over another unit profile. Have a good one. Peace.